I would like to introduce Kevin LaChapelle to you. Kevin's background included his work as a police officer, after which he was elected to public office and served as the president of the second largest school district in San Diego. For Kevin, school was not easy, and in his 30s, he earned his bachelor in business and organizational behavior, his master in public administration, and in his doctorate of education in leadership. Kevin now serves as a university professor, is a healthcare executive, has authored 3 books, and founded PowerMentor. Kevin leads annual trip to Caldule, consisting of Korean people from around the world, to serve our Korean people through medical outreach, community building, and leadership development. This December, the team heading to Caldule consists of 77 Korean people from all over the world, with the youngest at age 18 and the oldest in their 70s. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Kevin LaChapelle.
Is this amazing or what? I look around and what I see is Korean people with their arms tired, but not too tired to hold up their flag. You know, we're broadcasting live right now, and there's many, many people, hundreds of people in Caldule watching now. This morning I had so many calls from people from there telling me how moved they are, in tears, that you are all standing up for them. You look around, there are thousands of people here. This is said to be the largest gathering here for any kind of a refugee type of a rally ever. And this is from you. Look at the generations, young, elderly, everybody. Unbelievable. Before I share some words with you, I received many calls over the last few weeks because you presented permission slip requests for your bosses and your teachers. When they called me, I first thought they were calling me to make sure that the permission slips were legitimate. And then when they called and I returned their calls, they said, no, we're calling to tell you how much we love the Korean people. Bosses told me, we now try to hire Korean people because they're the best employees we've ever had. Woo! Yeah. Woo! This is who you are, the Korean people. School teachers calling, telling me how their lives were changed and impacted by their Korean students. Again, this tribute to the Korean people. This is an incredible day here in Washington, D.C. I look down here, down through this mall. If you just turn your head back and you look at the monument, standing up tall, that is you, because we're all standing here as one. Just look at that as the number 1. We're all standing united as one. And there's much power in everyone coming together as one. I have never met such an amazing people as the Korean people. When I first met the Korean people about 6 or 7 years ago, they would forever impact my life, as I've heard from many other people around the world that have encountered the Korean. It captured my heart more than anything has ever captured my heart in my whole life. The majority of the people gathered today are the Korean people. The second largest ethnic group from Caldule, which is located between Thailand and eastern Burma. The Korean people here today are standing up for the Korean, but here's what's amazing. This is the Korean people, leaders loving others. You're also here to stand up for the Kachin, Shan, Karenni, Rohingya, and other ethnic nationalities that are all under attack by the Burmese army. There are over 11 million Korean people worldwide. In Caldule, only 7 million remain because of the Burmese army's ethnic cleansing, with 4 million fleeing for their lives over the past few decades. The other night I was talking to a young Korean guy. I saw a scar on his foot, and I asked him, what is that scar from? And he shared with me a story when he was fleeing from the Burmese army for his life, and that's how that happened. Many of you have the same kind of scars. The land was stripped of its most precious asset, its people. We also stand here today for the leaders in Kafuli who continue to stand up and protect our people. One day, our desire for the international community to restore Kafule to its original autonomous independence that it once held before it was taken over by the Burmese army, so that the Karen can live in peace and security, free from the tyranny of the Burmese army. In the United States alone, there are over 70,000 amazing Karen people. A few things that stand out to me and others. The Karen's love for America. Look at what we did the national anthem today. It was very moving to hear that. The Karen culture is very aligned with American values. Your love for family, God, and freedom. Your love to work hard, and again to stand up for others. I also note how incredibly kind and generous the Karen people are, forgiving many people, and how resilient you are when many could be so bitter at life because of what you have endured, and yet the Karen people are known for their smile and their kind heart. Right? It's a lot to celebrate. That's right. Absolutely. Many guys that I talked to earlier today, just here, I've had tears in their eyes, as have I, and some of you. This is a very emotional moment to see this many Karen people in one place, so proud with the Karen attire, standing united. This is so powerful. I also note how, with the Karen people, their love for even the other ethnic nationalities in the Burmese region, because you know that they've also been subjected to harsh human rights violations for decades, again from the brutal and the corrupt Burmese army. How some of you not going to shed tears on that? Thank you so much for that. And again, this is the Karen people, right? The mere desire and stated purpose of the Burmese army to carefully craft their Burmese government policies using violent force to completely rid the region of any ethnic nationalities, purposefully and methodically destroying language, religion, culture, and history. Consider how Burmese Army General Nang A, who walked on a Karen flag and announced that in 20 years you will only be able to find Karen people in a museum. And unfortunately, that's the heart of the Burmese Army. They will not stop until they have accomplished the full and complete Burmanization of the entire region. Think of the rich history of the Karen, the Kachin, Shan, Karenni, Mon, Rakhine, Rohingya, and others. Take it. It cannot happen. I'm here today to tell you that you are loved and admired around the world. So many people love the Karen. We stand with you today, and we join you in asking the U.S. government to reimpose the harshest of economic sanctions against the Burmese government, forcing them to their knees until they concede that the world will not accept ethnic cleansing tactics, and the world will hold them accountable for their actions. Today we thank the United States and other nations that have stood by the Karen, Kachin, Shan, Karenni, Mon, Rakhine, and the Rohingya. You have embraced these amazing people and allowed them to seek refuge, and their presence in our countries has made us a better nation. I'm going to say that again. Your presence in our nation has made our country better, stronger. I want to celebrate for it. But we want to ask the world and the United States government to consider acting on behalf of all ethnic nationalities expeditiously. If not, humanitarian crisis looms and will be devastating for the region and the world and compromise democratic interests. The world is in a very vulnerable time right now. Very vulnerable. Right now, people are dying at the hands of the Burmese army even today, in violent ways. I personally have been to the region, continue to travel there each year, and I can tell you firsthand what I've seen and what I've heard. It's horrible. I cannot continue. Lastly, to the young Karen.
Good.
How proud we are of you.
That's right.
Incredibly proud. The Karen young people, your leadership, in large part are responsible for so much of today. Because of your standing up, even though sometimes you're shy. Because you want to do the right thing. And you want to stand by your country. Your leadership, your sacrifice, your love for your people. I personally believe that your generation will do great things for this world and for your people now more than ever. I also would ask this group to keep a couple people in prayer. 33-year-old Cardoso and his wife Kimberly. Kimberly was one responsible for chartering buses to get large numbers from Pennsylvania to get the PA system here. He's suffering from cancer right now, battling with cancer. He's got kids. I'd ask you to prayerfully keep them up so they could be strong. Many of you remember the courageous fight of Jelly Poe, 14-year-old Jelly Poe from Smyrna, Tennessee. How many know Jelly Poe? How many have heard Jelly Poe's story? One of his best friends standing here right now. Jelly Poe fought with cancer. Jelly Poe inspired me more than anything ever. And the one story that I want to leave you with today has to do with one thing that he told me before he passed away. Keep his family in prayer. See both these young guys as heroes. Jelly Poe told me one day, my mom passed away from cancer